Hello there, guys. Good to see you. It's been a while, I think. Well, I didn't expect much more from me, to be honest with you. But anyway, I'm here today to talk about, well, either my bad luck or someone in this world hates me. But it's basically about it's about this, guys. Why is it most game franchises or franchises that I love always get turned into shit? First of all, I've got to get this out of the way now. If I'm talking about anything that I absolutely, I'm in awe with, I love, I'm very passionate about, I always make them out to sound like shit. I don't know what it is, but I don't know. I guess I'm bad at describing everything. Really. Anyway, my favourite horror game that's come out in the past 5 years, Alien Isolation. Without a doubt, obviously, it is the best Alien game that's ever come out before in the past ever, for my personal opinion. I know a lot of people are fans of Alien Trilogy that came out on the PS1. That was a great game, it was pretty solid. But for me, Alien Isolation really, really broke the bounds of what an alien game is supposed to be. You are terrified of this alien that's going around on the spaceship, and you've got to hide craft items to try and distract him from you because you can never kill it. And there's a bit of a twist in it, and it gets superbly horrible. It just gets worse and worse, and it's quite a long game. And the ending's quite open-ended, and I was thinking, I wonder if they'll ever bring out a sequel. Well, you're in luck, my friends, because, well, if you're a fan like I was, the sequel got announced. I was so happy. For one day I saw it and I was like, oh, they're bringing it back. What's it gonna be? It's gonna be exciting. It's now a mobile game. Oh no. Why does it have to be a mobile game? When was the last time you played a fucking mobile game, like completely, legit, like sat there, like get really into it, I mean, I understand things like, I don't know, Bejeweled, Wordscapes, Candy Crush, all that stuff. I'm thinking Bejeweled and Candy Crush is the same thing. But anyway, stuff like that, which passes the time when you're on a train or a bus or anything, that's fine because, anyone can pick up and play them. But I don't know a lot of people who play, something like PlayerUnknown's Unlimited's Battleground on their phone or anything like that. I don't know anyone who plays like any sort of shooter games or any games that you're supposed to be sort of in like trying to compete with an Xbox or something, like a game like that. And it just, for me, how am I supposed to be terrified on something that's on a phone? Alright, I mean, you can watch horror movies on phones and all that and stuff, that's fine. But I've seen the screen grabs of some of the things and it looks awful. And my concern with it going to mobile is they're probably just going to turn into a microtransaction filled piece of shit. Like, it's happened before, guys. For example, that Harry Potter game that came out last year or some point, I can't remember exactly when. But the most ridiculous thing about it is you had to use energy for everything, basically breathing, lift up your wand, one energy. It's just ridiculous, casting a spell and all that. But what I found most fucked up, and one of the YouTubers, can't remember his name now, brought it up. And what happens in this Harry Potter game is you start out, everything that's fine, and you've got to use energy for everything. And there's a time when it comes up with a paywall to essentially for you to say, oh, if you want more energy to continue on with the game, because you can't continue without it, basically, then you can either wait 5 minutes to get one piece of energy back, or you can pay blah, blah, blah to get, X amount of energy. Now, the first time that this paywall hits is when your child avatar is getting strangled by like some sort of tentacle thing. I think it was something like that. Unless I think it was something else. But yeah, if you look that up, it's completely true, and that's what happens. And I'm thinking to myself, that's kind of a bit fucked up, don't you think? If like a child's going to be playing that, or they're seeing their child avatar getting strangled. Besides the point, because no children are going to be playing this Alien Isolation sequel, on the phones or whatever. Well, at least I hope so. But what I was going on about there is essentially they're going to add like loads of microtransactions, just like, 99p to get another life against Alien or something, or wait 5 hours for another life. It's just another crack at it, or I don't know, things like that. Just really, guys. What I'm trying to say is I can never have nice things. Well, Like, before this has happened to me, like, as I say, my bad luck, I mentioned it before. One of the most famous incidents happened a couple of years ago now, when this game called, a little game, I don't know if you've heard of it, some people have, called Silent Hill. My favourite horror franchise of all time. They've got films, they're not great, but the first one is it's okay. I've never watched the second one. I didn't really want to put myself through that, to be honest. Anyway, Silent Hill games, you've got basically 3 or 4 solid games there, depending on your opinion, essentially. But they made quite a lot of games, and what happened it was 2014 now, I believe. I'm just going to explain this in case anyone doesn't know. They released, there was a playable teaser, PT in short, released, and it was essentially, it was a long demo for the new Silent Hill. Was sort of, anyway. It was probably the most scared I've been in a game for a long time, and all of the graphics in that look so photorealistic. It's horrible and it's brilliant. And at the end of the demo, you find out that it is a Silent Hills demo. So people were excited that there was going to be a new Silent Hill coming out with Norman Reedus and Guillermo del Toro, director of Pan's Labyrinth, if anyone didn't know that. And also Hideo Kojima, the person who literally just created fucking Metal Gear Solid. And Junji Ito, he's done a lot of really graphic mangas and all that. Seriously, some of his stuff is so weird. But they cancelled it. Konami, the people who own Silent Hills, just went, nah, we don't want that. Fuck you. Out. They could have made a hell of a lot of money by bringing out probably one of the best Silent Hill games we would ever see on the PS4, Xbox One, next gen, but now it's current gen. But now, no. We are getting fuck all. Actually, no. The true sequel to, the latest Silent Hill game. Silent Hill Pachinko Machine. When I heard that news, I wasn't in a good place for a while. It didn't really affect me. It did kind of affect me because I was like, really? We're doing this again? So, there's that. Another franchise that I love, I'm just trying to provide examples of my luck. Monster Hunter. Now, I'm not saying any of their games have been bad because they have not been. Monster Hunter is an amazing franchise, and I swear to God, you should get into it because, for me, fantastic quality. Everything you could want for a game, and there's no microtransactions unless you want a few, words. What was the word? What cosmetic? There you go. Monster Hunter is getting a movie, and me about 10 years ago, not 10 years ago, about 5 years ago, I was thinking, I wonder if they're ever going to make one, and they finally are. With the director of the guy who's making who made the Resident Evil movies. So obviously Mila Jovovich is in it. And I was like, okay, first time they announced that. But now I've seen a couple of screen grabs and it just, for me, it doesn't look great. And the synopsis and all that is just bad. But we'll see. It's got Tony Jaa in it. I suppose it can't be that bad, right? And well, the last one, this isn't exactly bad luck. This is more like a bittersweet, I really want another game, but they're never going to release one. BioShock is probably one of my favourite franchises. Simply because they're so different in every single one of these games. And BioShock Infinite, I'm not going to talk too much about it, but the ending to that game is probably the most profound and interesting / best video game endings I've ever seen in my entire life, and the DLC, downloadable content, only expands on that and even brings it back to the first game, and the ending to that blew my mind as well, and I'm thinking this is the absolute perfect way to end. Now, I know the people who made BioShock Infinite, at least Irrational Games, they no longer are together, so it's a shame really, because I know for me the ending was absolutely perfect, but it's just a bit. I would love another game, but 2K for all the rights, so who knows where that's going to go. Anyway, thank you very much for watching this rant. I guess I had to get something off my chest because things like this suck. It happens all the bloody time, and it's just like, why can we not just have a good game that comes out, like a true sequel to a game that we've had before? Like Cloverfield, for example. Cloverfield, quickly, there you go. So Cloverfield, great film, 2008 film. It's been 10 years now since it's come out. I love that film. It's a fantastic movie, for me anyway. 10 Cloverfield Lane, it's good. It's very good, actually. John Goodman's very good in it. It didn't really have anything to do with Cloverfield. So I was like, okay, fair enough. Cloverfield Paradox comes out. Oh my god, I have never been more disappointed in a fucking film in my entire life. I was so hyped up for that film in 2018. I almost did a video for you guys with my top, my top most anticipated movies of 2018. And that was going to be one of them, the Cloverfield Paradox. That was going to be probably number one. And I'm glad it didn't make it because the film absolutely sucked. It was the most lazy writing I think I've ever seen in my entire life. Jesus Christ. J.J. Abrams. What were you thinking? Even if it was him, I can't remember if it was now. The only interesting thing was the way they released it. They did like one trailer, a Super Bowl advert, just before, in the adverts, and it was released on Netflix literally after the Super Bowl, which was great. But anyway, for the second time, thank you very much for watching, guys. I do hope you enjoy my rants, and let me know in the comments if you did even watch this video, because I wouldn't be surprised if you didn't, but to be honest, I wouldn't. Feel free to leave me in a comment on what you want me to do next, guys. I literally am clasping at straws. I have no idea what I'm doing on this channel, and I'm very open to admit that, because I just want to do, well, whatever, really. I just thought something different. I think I've said that about 50 different times on this channel. But anyway, thanks for watching, and I'll catch you next time.